What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue back with another episode of Wicked WeakAuras, and today I'm going to cover everyone's favorite pastime in patch 8.3, horrific visions!
No! God, please, no! No!
Okay, so maybe it's not everyone's favorite activity to partake in, but it is a pretty good way to get some gear and corruption once you get the hang of it. I just honestly wish there was more variety of gear from visions, since there's only like one piece of crit burst leather gear, and maybe more than 3 different madnesses per zone. And maybe more than 2 different maps. And yeah. Anyways, there are a few weak auras I'd recommend to make your horrific visions a little easier to complete and to earn some extra mementos. Oh, and before I forget, for any videos I put up on Tuesday or Friday, I'm just gonna throw out a reminder about the corruption vendor Google Drive sheet I have for the channel. The link for it is in the description, so you'll know what corruptions are coming up soon. So yeah, there's your reminder. I have both the EU status and US status marked off on the sheet too. And if you end up liking the video, maybe take a peek at some other stuff on the channel. If not, that's fine too. This Shiba Inu will just stare at you dejectedly in your sleep. That's fine. Anyways, now that puppy hearts are broken, we can talk about the really important stuff, making horrific visions easier. Weak auras are a great way to keep an eye on buffs, debuffs, and interactions you have with content in the game, so it makes sense that there are tons of them for horrific visions too. Wago.io is an amazing place to find these, and I'll link all of the weak auras from this video in the description below so you can try them. If you haven't used the add-on weak auras before, I have a video covering the basics of how to make simple weak auras and importing weak auras that I'll link in the video. So the first weak aura I'll bring up is one I've mentioned in some of my first videos I did for the channel, a potion tracking weak aura. This weak aura will tell you which potion is the poison in your horrific vision run. If you aren't certain of how to find out what potion is the bad one, in Stormwind it's in this corner of the Cathedral District, and in Orgrimmar it's in this hut in the Valley of Strength. Once you select the poison in your vision run, the weak aura will tell you what every other color of potion does. You could also just suck down a random one if you're a risk taker, but if you're pushing mask runs for the first time, this is kind of a gamble. This is probably my favorite weak aura when I'm on my alt while I'm leveling up their cloaks, hence why I wanted to share it with you guys. The next weak aura will only be usable once you have a sizable amount of corrupted mementos, as it tracks your Gift of the Titans buff. Gift of the Titans is the final buff from your Titan research tree, and it's a very powerful buff to help you complete your vision runs, since it gives you a massive 60% haste and movement speed buff, and makes you immune to sanity loss. The only downside to it is that it only procs when you kill enemies, and has an internal cooldown. Basically, this weak aura lets you track when the 20-second buff is active, and when the internal 1-minute cooldown has expired on Gift of the Titans. This can be exceptionally useful in your vision runs, since it will let you know when to kill an extra enemy or two so you can maybe have the buff proc during or before a boss encounter, as it will let you just flat out avoid many of the sanity draining mechanics. This is another fantastic weak aura to have in your toolkit. This next one is useful for people who might not be too comfortable with the mechanics of horrific visions yet, or just might not be used to running dual madnesses that you'll encounter once you start running multiple masks at the same time. Basically, it'll give you a warning as a vision madness is about to occur, such as reminding you that Scorched Feet is heating up, or that you're about to be feared because it bugs on your face so you should jump immediately. It doesn't seem to work on split personality or haunting shadows, unfortunately, and I've yet to find a weak aura that can track those. It does also warn you if you're standing in certain puddles, like the ones caused by the bird bridge mask. This one is definitely a good choice for folks still getting used to all of the mechanics going on at once, or maybe someone who just occasionally needs a reminder when you're tied up trying to take care of interrupts, stuns, moving away from abilities, and the plethora of other things that can occur in horrific visions. Lastly is an easy way to maximize the amount of corrupted mementos you can earn during a vision run. For this weak aura, you need to have the add-on TomTom installed, otherwise it won't work. The weak aura will give you a little arrow to tell you where an odd crystal might be located, since they spawn in multiple areas, but it will also show green circles on your minimap. Sometimes the coordinates it gives you are in a really far away location of the vision, so you'll want to just use your map every now and then to keep an eye on the locations that the odd crystals can be in, or you might pass one. Once you're able to easily clear visions with time or orbs to spare, you'll want to make sure you're picking up as many of the odd crystals as possible. The more of these you pick up, the more mementos you get when you redeem them at the ethereal known as Zarhal. The number of mementos you earn does not change based on the amount of masks you're wearing in your vision run, so if you can't do multiple masks yet but are able to clear a full vision, this is one of the best ways to maximize your mementos earned per run so you can get more research unlocked for your horrific visions, or so you can earn more sockets for your gear. If you don't know, Zarhal is located in this house in Stormwind, or in this hut in Orgrimmar. As a warning, you can only talk to him once to turn in whatever amount of odd crystals you have in your possession, so you'll want to make sure you have as many, or all of them, as you can before talking to him. Okay guys, I think that's it for this episode of Wicked WeakAuras. There might be more WeakAuras that are useful in horrific visions, but these 4 are ones I'd highly recommend giving a shot if you haven't used any before. I hope this video is helpful to you, and if you need more insight on horrific visions, I've actually done quite a few videos on them in the past, albeit I might redo a couple of them as to improve their quality. As always, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see our community grow as we get ready for Shadowlands. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.